you a songwriter? Are you looking to turn your songwriting passion into a full-time gig? Whether you are just at the start of your songwriting journey or a seasoned industry professional, this show is made for you. Welcome to the Songwriter Show, bringing together songwriting news, interviews, and community. Now, welcome your host, Sarantos.
Tuning in, and welcome back to the Songwriter Show right here on Reality Radio 101. I'm your host, Sarantos. I'm a solo music artist who's been writing lyrics for as long as I can remember. Words are just so important to me, and that's why I'm thrilled to host this show for you every Tuesday evening. I believe that every song is a story. Tonight's guest is Allusia, our unapologetic, artistically savage drag queen extraordinaire who's releasing her music video Party Rhino on October 7th, 2022. Carving out a spot in the ecosystem of art and music, Party Rhino is an animalistic, sex-fueled jamboree urging to let loose and embrace your inner mess. This second video from the esoteric, fever dream-inspired EP Animal is Eureka O'Hara, runner-up in both Season 10 of RuPaul's Drag Race and Season 6 of RuPaul's Drag Race All-Stars, and screams, "Have fun, all consequences be damned."
And now, welcome this week's special guest.
Welcome to the show, Allusia. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing well. So that's kind of a cool story there. Tell us a little bit about why you got started making music and art and what got you down this path.
I've always loved music and art. It's just, I love creative expression. And I don't know, there's some things that you can only express by singing and writing, and it's such an exuberant way to get your soul out there.
I completely agree. What was the first tune you ever learned when you were younger?
Oh, probably Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. All right. And what is your preference? Like, how do you start writing a song, music? What's the way that you work?
Yeah, I always start with the words. Usually it's like one line that I can't get out of my head that just repeats over and over. And then I have a few cocktails and just get it out of my brain.
Okay. And do you tell us a little bit about the process, how you build that out? Do you work on a synthesizer? Do you hire people to do certain parts for you? How does it get to completion?
So I write the lyrics. Well, I basically start by writing some poetry, and then I send it along to this amazing musician, Taylor Olson, that helps me co-write all my songs. And then I take the song lyrics and then go to my producer, Sam Garfield, who's just a genius. And I tell him the sounds and the feelings that I want, and he just plucks it out of my brain and produces the music.
Okay, awesome. And tell us a little bit about, I know you've had a couple of songs now, but what is your plan for the next year? I know you're releasing something soon here. What got planned for the fans?
Nothing big. I just want to take over the entire world. Just, modest. Modest goals.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm planning a next album, which is going to be mostly cover songs. I'm just going to keep making fashion and art and music. I just want to touch people's lives.
No, absolutely. Were any of your family members musical? Did they have any musical interest or ability?
Not really. My grandma was a can-can dancer, but that's the closest we come into it in the family. I was kind of the black sheep.
Okay. Do you have a fond musical memory in your house or in your neighborhood or anything that you want to share with the fans tonight?
A lot of my core memories are definitely based in music. I remember when I was a little kid, my mom had this amazing record collection, which I wasn't supposed to go touch, but I would sneak in there when my parents weren't home. And I was obsessed with Tina Turner, that Private Dancer album cover where she's posed all sexy on that gray backdrop. And I just wanted to be that. So I put the record on and just pretend I was Tina Turner. That was kind of what shaped the whole musical outcome.
See, I think you're one of many. I think Tina was definitely a big influence on a lot of people.
Absolutely. That strong, dominant, fiery force.
I actually watched her documentary. It was kind of sad, all the stuff she went through with, Ike and all that, but have a story, I guess. So hers was definitely fascinating.
It's true. And she was definitely a big inspiration to go through such hardship.
Yeah.
And still be such a force of nature.
Sure. Okay. Tell us about when you tour, when you do gigs. Do you have a band? How does that work? Do you hire people, session musicians to help you out?
A lot of the stuff that I do, there'll be a DJ with the club.
Okay.
And I tend to just like send my tracks, and I kind of fly by the seat of my pants most of the time. I don't plan anything. I just get there and give them my music and things happen.
Okay. Do you try to practice a lot or not at all?
Oh God, I've never rehearsed anything in my life.
Okay. How do you balance your music with other obligations in your life?
I don't. The art kind of runs my whole life for me.
Okay.
It's definitely first and forefront. I don't date people, I date the stage. That's my first love.
I totally get it. Are there any mistakes that you see people in this industry making that you kind of want to point out to maybe the young songwriters listening on the show?
All the time. First and foremost, just be nice to everyone. Be professional, be courteous if you want to last in the industry. And for songwriters, I would say just write. Don't worry about if it's good. Don't worry if it makes sense. Just word vomit everything out onto paper and sort it out later.
I love that. That sounds like a song, Word Vomit.
That's my next track.
That's right, yeah.
I feel like so many artists worry about it being good. Like they start from that. Just when you're creating art, just be real, be true, put your heart out there, and it will become good.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. Do you have, when you look at your career, do you have any advice for someone that's starting right now? What would you tell someone who's just starting in this?
Don't read the comments. Be fearless. Like worry will stop you. If you worry about everything, it's just not going to happen. Just believe in yourself. Trust yourself. You're going to make mistakes. Just roll with it.
Yeah, that's good advice. Do you think connections are important in this business?
This business is all about connection and making connections. It's art. So you have to, you have to connect with the people, and then you have to connect with other people in the business that are like-minded that will put you in the right direction. So knowing the right people definitely helps a lot.
Okay.
Not just for business, but also for your sanity.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. Tell us about your typical week or typical day.
Oh, there's nothing typical in my life. I wake up, get coffee, complain that I have nothing to wear in front of my huge closet full of too many clothes. And then go to the gig. I have gigs like 6 or 7 days a week usually, so it's mostly centered around performance.
Yeah.
Work out and then work.
Okay. Tell us a little bit about this song we're going to hear in a few minutes here. What inspired it? What do you want us to take from it when we listen to it?
Party Rhino is all about letting loose, just getting wild, carefree. You know, if you work hard, you got to play hard. And it's just about not caring what happens, within reason. But crash the party, drink too many shots, hook up with a stranger that's safe. And just, who cares? Go with the flow.
Tell us a little bit about, in this field, is there an area that you think that's ripe for growth that maybe no one's kind of targeting right now?
Ooh, that's an interesting question. I say in this artistic career, everywhere can expand. There is no limit to what we can do and where we can push, especially with digital media being such a huge thing now.
Yeah.
You can go anywhere and do anything. It'll never stop growing.
Okay. Tell you what, let's take a little break. We'll listen to your song and we'll come back and talk, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, so check this out, everybody. Here we go.
Allusia, Allusia. Here we come, party time. You crash the party rhino. Rampage the bodies wherever I go. Neon lights, spotlight so low. I am the party rhino. You crash the party rhino. Rampage the bodies wherever I go. Neon lights, spotlight so low. I am the party rhino. Party rhino in command. Sex, rock and roll is what I demand. I make it extreme, sort of my brand. When I'm done with you, you won't be able to stand. Round and round till we hit last call. I chase the bottles like a wrecking ball. Line up the shots and watch them all fall. I'm charged up, y'all, and I'm ready to brawl. With a swing in my hips lips and a lick of my lips. Watch out, baby, I'm the next big hit. You crash the party rhino. Rampage the bodies wherever I go. Neon lights, spotlight so low. I am the party rhino. You crash the party rhino. Rampage the bodies wherever I go. Neon lights, spotlight so low. I am the party rhino. I'm on the VIP list and I talk with a twist. I skip all the lines cause my shows are all hits. No, this ain't a stick up, it's a 4 a.m. hit. So answer the text cause we about to get wrecked. Just in case you need a reminder, I'm the headliner and the name designer. Who crashed the party rhino. Rampage the bodies wherever I go. Neon lights, spotlight so low. I am the party rhino. You crash the party rhino. Rampage the bodies wherever I go. Neon lights, spotlight so low. I am the party rhino.
Oh my god. Elephant queen, living the dream. Hanging with the rhino, taking over the scene. She got attitude, always horny. Drag queen music can't call us corny. I wear the curves, you couldn't be flatter. I give you the time, but bitch, you don't matter. We got shine, even through the chatter. Rhino stomps before I'll stomp after.
You crash the party rhino. Rampage the bodies wherever I go. Neon lights, spotlight so low. I am the party rhino. You crash the party rhino. Rampage the bodies wherever I go. Neon lights, spotlight so low. I am the party rhino.
Only like 7 more shots, that's it. Oh my god, sissy. I think you just crashed that fucking party. Okay, bitch. Oh, that was fun. Should we go to the afters?
Shit, I think I broke it.
That was definitely an interesting song. Can't wait to see that video.
Oh, it's going to be a banger. There's such good fashion in that video. It was really fun to make this because I got a bunch of really amazing dancers together, and Eureka O'Hara, who I just absolutely adore, and I had Marco make the fashions, which is incredible to have all these different artistic voices present in the process from start to finish.
Yeah, that sounds cool. Give us a little bit of insight. What is your favorite jam of all time? And it can't be a song of yours or mine. It's got to be something else.
What's Love Got to Do with It, of course. Back to Tina Turner's always been a big one. True Colors from Cyndi Lauper.
Great song, yeah.
Always spoke to me, yeah. Huge Cyndi fan. Straight Up Now Tell Me, Paula Abdul.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. So it seems like you might be like me, an 80s child.
Oh,
so
I love 80s.
Love 80s? Yeah, absolutely. I think that was such a great genre.
I felt like music was very free.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard now. You know, social media is great, but sometimes only doing 2.5, 3 minute songs in kind of the same format. And sometimes it's nice to have a little longer song or a longer intro. Or just feel like they know what works and people click away in 8 seconds. So we all kind of are a little guilty of doing all these little tricks, but they're not always, like you said, music was more free, I think, back then.
Yeah, it's an ADD world now.
Yeah, for sure.
And, like, Bonnie Tyler always gave me such joy with those 8-minute songs, you know?
Yeah.
Where you could get in there and just live for a minute.
Yeah, that's a great line. Yeah, live for a minute. What's the coolest road trip you ever been on that you will care to confess on our show, I guess?
But there was an amazing road trip I went on with my family when I was young, super young, to the Grand Canyon. I know it was just magical, just being out in the middle of nothing, kind of.
Yeah.
Open expanse with limitless possibilities.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have a role model, not a musical role model, just someone else in general?
Gosh, that's an interesting question. I don't really have role models. I don't like to put people on pedestals. I think it's important to follow your own inner voice rather than try to emulate someone else.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. They say don't meet your heroes, right?
Never meet your heroes. It's always going to break your heart.
Yeah, I think you might be onto something. That might be a good thing to do. That way you won't be disappointed, and I think sometimes people blindly following their heroes and just believing everything they say, it's not necessarily a good place to be.
Yeah, if you follow blindly, you can just fall off a cliff and not even realize it.
Yeah, totally true. Do you have a superpower or a spirit animal? Anything that comes to mind?
Oh, my superpower is connecting with an audience. Always has been.
Okay.
Projecting my own energy into a space and filling it. And I can drink a lot.
Okay. Oh, that's a good superpower to have if you're in the entertainment business. So.
True story. I've always been best when I'm at my worst.
Yeah. What things do you not like to do?
Oh, I don't like to leave the house.
Except when you gig, right?
Yeah, I won't even go to the grocery store. I have everything delivered. The outside world is too loud.
So you're just a DoorDash and Amazon kind of person?
Oh my gosh, the age of the internet is my blessing.
Yeah, no, I totally hear you. It doesn't really help our ADD though, does it?
No, gosh, watching a movie, scrolling through memes, and writing a song all at the same time, that's kind of my jam.
Would you describe yourself more as a hunter or a gatherer?
Ooh, I'd say I'm more of a gatherer, I guess. I let things kind of happen organically. I just pluck things that are kind of given to me by the universe, rather than trying to force something into happen by hunting it.
Yeah, okay. Tell us about if you could be any animal in the world, what would you be and why?
Anything but a human. Being a human is exhausting, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe a whale. That would be interesting.
The biggest thing on the planet, right? That would be kind of cool.
The biggest, take up the most space I can.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I saw like one of these on Netflix, some documentary, you know. I was fascinated at the photography and the cinematography, but basically it was, what was hunting a whale? Something was hunting it, and I felt so bad because eventually they took out the baby whale.
Oh, no.
And I don't know if it was orcas or it was something, but I felt so bad for it. And I was like, who goes hunting after a whale? But I think it was orcas. And they were talking about how it's going to sustain them for like a whole week and stuff like that. And I was like, I just felt so bad for the whale.
It is. I feel like they're just such a peaceful creature.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
Like, what about you? What would be your spirit animal? Or if you could be an animal?
You know what? There's so many. So as much as I love dogs, as much as I love a lot of cute animals, I have always wanted to fly. So I feel like just something that could fly, could be any kind of bird, eagle, anything. Not really looking for prey, but just to be able to fly up in the sky. I think that's always been a fascination of mine.
That sounds like it would be magical.
Yeah, for sure. So tell us about the last gift you gave someone.
What was it? There's probably something food related. Oh, I like to give jewelry to people a lot.
Okay.
Anytime that I'm wearing a piece of jewelry and someone says, oh, I love that, I just give it to them. It's like giving a little piece of yourself for them to remember you by.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, actually, yeah. Tell us a little bit about your website, your socials. Where can people buy your stuff, stream it, connect with you?
I am on everything. I am on Instagram if you like thirst traps. Allusia to go, ALLUSIATOGO. My music is everywhere that has anything streaming. I mean, you can find me in the alley trolling for men after the bar's closed.
All right. This is a perfect segue to my next question. What's the funniest thing that's happened to you recently?
Oh, God, my life is an entire comedy of errors. It's hard to differentiate one from the other. I have no idea. My life is funny to everyone else watching it, but I have no idea what's going on most of the time.
I feel like that's a question you should ask and just put it online and let all your friends and fans answer. They'd probably have some funny answers for you.
Probably. They know more about what's going on with me than I do.
Yeah, that's true. Last question. What do you work toward in your free time that's not related to music or art or anything like that?
I don't know. Self-improvement is a big thing in my life these days. Aligning body and mind. Trying to center and explore myself. That is what a lot of my work goes into.
Yeah, and that's a never-ending project, isn't it?
It's always evolving and building, for sure.
And I didn't mean that to you personally. I just meant for each of us, just to clarify.
Yeah, that's how I took it.
Your fans are going to be like, harpooning, they're going to be like chasing after me.
Oh, they'd agree with you, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely feel like not enough people really look inward enough.
Yeah, I think you're probably completely right. So, tell you what, I want to thank you so much for being on the show. It's amazing how many, I feel like I asked you like 50 questions, but we packed a lot into it and you were a fascinating guest. So thank you for being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome. And we want to thank all the fans out there for listening and spending a little bit of your time with us. We both hope your unique story gets heard around the world. My name is Sarantos. Please join me every Tuesday night to hear other amazing artists share their fascinating behind-the-scenes stories right here at the Songwriter Show on Reality Radio 101. I love you all. Have a great night. black and white, then color. We hold on together, never let go. We beg the world to love us, but we know there's no love without pain, no love without rain. No one's ever a saint, and love is never the same. We forgive, 'cause we've swallowed so much hate. Life's harder for us 'cause we're different. We hold on together, never let go. We beg the world to love us, but we know there's no love without pain, no love without rain. No one's ever a saint, and love is never the same. Love is never the same. We never cry when the wave destroys our sandcastle. We pick up our shovels and start again. We never give up, and nor should you, 'cause we all know, we all know, we all know that love always wins, love always wins. We all knew we'd get here, but we had to dance, then hold hands, 'cause love always wins, love always wins. The hate falls away, the world falls away, 'cause we believe that love always wins, 'cause love always wins. It just always wins, time and time again. Love always wins. We all wanna live in love, but we just don't. Life's sunny, we've come so far. Let's hold on together, never let go. Let's help the world glow, 'cause we all know there's no love without pain, no love without rain. No one's ever a saint, and love is never the same. Let's make life easy for our kids, reach even further to the sky. We hold on together, never let go. We beg the world to love us, but we know there's no love without pain, no love without rain. No one's ever a saint, and love is never the same. Love is never the same. We never cry when the wave destroys our sandcastle. We pick up our shovels and start again. We never give up, and nor should you, 'cause we all know, we all know, we all know that love always wins, love always wins. We all knew we'd get here, but we had to dance, then hold hands, 'cause love always wins, love always wins. The hate falls away, the world falls away, 'cause we believe that love always wins, 'cause love always wins. It just always wins, time and time again. No one can hurt us unless we let them. We can find the rainbow, but only together. Love always wins, love always wins. We all knew we'd get here, but we had to dance, then hold hands, 'cause love always wins, it just always wins. The hate falls away, the world falls away, 'cause we believe that love always wins, it just always wins, it always wins, it always wins, it just always wins.
Thank you for listening to The Songwriter Show. To keep the momentum going, head over to www.songwritershow.com and join our free music community of artists, songwriters, and producers. That's www.songwritershow.com.
This program was mixed and mastered by Landis Maitland Whitelaw at landismaitlandwhitelaw.com.